Hello, I'm Emma, and today we're talking about a challenge many loving parents face but rarely admit: yelling. If you want a calmer home, stronger connection, and children who listen without fear, this video will show how to replace shouting with effective parenting that truly works every day. Every parent wants to guide their child with patience, wisdom, and love, yet many find themselves raising their voice in moments they never planned. A spilled drink, ignored instructions, sibling fighting, bedtime refusal, or repeated back talk can push even caring parents past their limit. After the yelling stops, guilt often begins. Parents wonder why they reacted that way, why nothing seems to change, and why they keep repeating the same cycle. The truth is that yelling is usually not a sign of bad parenting. It is often a sign of overwhelm, stress, exhaustion, and a lack of effective tools in difficult moments. This video is about replacing yelling with parenting methods that create respect without fear. Children may obey when shouted at, but fear-based obedience rarely builds long-term character. It may stop behavior in the moment, yet it often damages trust, increases anxiety, and teaches children to respond to conflict with aggression or avoidance. Effective parenting does something deeper. It teaches self-control, accountability, emotional safety, and cooperation through consistency. The goal is not to become a perfect parent who never feels angry. The goal is to learn how to respond differently when anger appears. Children do not need flawless parents. They need regulated parents who repair mistakes, stay steady, and lead with clarity. Once parents understand this shift, everything begins to change. The first replacement for yelling begins before conflict ever happens. It starts with managing your own emotional state. Many parents believe yelling starts when the child misbehaves. In reality, yelling often starts long before that moment. It builds through stress, fatigue, rushing, financial pressure, work problems, relationship tension, and mental overload. A child refusing shoes may be the final spark, but the emotional fuel was already there. This is why self-awareness matters so much. Before you can calm your child, you often need to calm yourself. Notice your early warning signs. Tight shoulders, faster breathing, jaw tension, harsh thoughts, impatience, or the urge to control quickly are signals that your nervous system is overloaded. When you catch these signs early, you can intervene before yelling begins. Take one slow breath. Lower your shoulders. Step back for 5 seconds. Wash your hands. Speak more slowly than you feel. These tiny actions regulate the body and protect the relationship. Children borrow emotional stability from parents. When adults stay grounded, children are more likely to settle. When adults escalate, children often escalate too. This means your calm is not weakness. It is leadership. Once emotional regulation becomes a habit, the next replacement for yelling is using connection before correction. Many children stop listening not because they are bad, but because they feel disconnected, overstimulated, or defensive. When parents begin with commands shouted across the room, resistance increases. Instead, move closer. Get on their eye level. Say their name gently. Make brief eye contact. Place a hand on their shoulder if they welcome touch. Then give direction clearly. A child absorbed in play may not respond to distant shouting, but they often respond to presence. Saying, "Look at me please, it's time to clean up now," works better than yelling from another room. Human brains respond to connection faster than criticism. When children feel seen, they are more cooperative. This simple shift reduces power struggles dramatically. Once connection is present, instructions become more effective when they are clear and specific. Yelling often happens when directions are vague or repeated too many times. Parents say, "Behave yourself, stop it," or "Listen," and children may not know exactly what to do. Effective parenting replaces emotional commands with clear action steps. Instead of "Stop making a mess," say, "Put the blocks in the basket." Instead of "Be nice," say, "Use gentle hands with your brother." Instead of "Hurry up," say, "Shoes on now, we leave in 2 minutes." Children respond better to instructions they can picture. Their brains are still developing planning and impulse control. They need guidance that is concrete, not abstract. When parents speak clearly, frustration decreases on both sides. Once instructions improve, consistency becomes the next key. Many parents yell because they have asked 5 times already. Repeating requests teaches children they do not need to act until the parent becomes loud. The child learns that the real instruction begins at yelling. Effective parenting changes this pattern through calm consistency. Say it once clearly. Give a reasonable moment to respond. Then follow through with action. If toys are not picked up after a reminder, the toys are put away for later. If shoes are not on when it is time to leave, the child loses extra playtime because the family must still go. If homework is delayed, free time begins after homework is complete. Calm follow-through teaches more than shouting ever can. Children learn that choices create outcomes. This builds responsibility without humiliation. Once consequences become predictable, respect grows naturally. Another powerful replacement for yelling is offering choices within boundaries. Many conflicts happen because children crave autonomy. They want some control in a world where adults decide much of their day. Choices reduce resistance while keeping parents in charge. You can say, "It's bedtime. Do you want to brush teeth first or put pajamas on first? We need to leave. Will you wear the blue shoes or black shoes? Homework starts now. Do you want to begin with reading or math?" These are not endless negotiations. They are structured choices inside firm limits. Children feel respected, so cooperation increases. Once children experience healthy control, emotional battles decrease. Still, even with strong systems, emotions rise. This is where effective parenting replaces yelling with coaching feelings. Many children misbehave because they lack emotional skills, not because they lack character. They may be hungry, disappointed, jealous, tired, embarrassed, or overstimulated. Behavior is often communication. When a child screams because playtime ended, instead of shouting back, name the feeling and hold the limit. "You're upset because you wanted more time. I understand. Playtime is finished now." This response teaches two things at once: feelings are allowed, limits remain. Children learn that emotions do not control the household, but emotions are still respected. Over time, this builds resilience. Children who feel understood calm faster than children who feel attacked. Validation does not mean agreement. It means recognition. Once feelings are acknowledged, teaching becomes possible. This leads to another essential skill: using natural pauses instead of instant reaction. Not every behavior needs immediate words. Sometimes the best response is silence, eye contact, and a pause. A child whining for candy in a store may expect a quick emotional reaction. If you stay calm, breathe, and answer slowly, you interrupt the cycle. Pause creates power. It prevents impulsive parenting. A slow response often feels unnatural at first because many adults were raised in reactive homes. But children benefit when parents become steady instead of explosive. The pause gives your thinking brain time to lead. Once reaction slows down, consequences become wiser and more effective. Another strong replacement for yelling is using routines so discipline is not personal every time. When expectations live in routines, parents need fewer emotional reminders. Morning charts, homework times, screen limits, bedtime steps, cleanup songs, and family rules reduce conflict because everyone knows what happens next. Instead of arguing nightly about bedtime, the routine says bath, pajamas, brush teeth, story, lights out. Instead of daily fights over screens, the family rule says screens after homework and chores. Structure lowers stress because it removes constant negotiation. Children thrive when life feels predictable. Parents yell less when systems carry part of the load. Respectful parenting also requires learning the difference between discipline and punishment. Punishment focuses on making a child suffer for mistakes. Discipline focuses on teaching better behavior. Yelling is often punishment energy. It seeks release rather than growth. Effective parenting asks, "What does my child need to learn here?" If a child draws on the wall, the lesson is cleaning and using paper. If they hurt a sibling, the lesson is repair, empathy, and safer choices. If they lie, the lesson is trust and honesty. When discipline becomes teaching, parents become coaches rather than enemies. This transforms the emotional climate of the home. Of course, no parent changes overnight. You may still yell sometimes. What matters most then is repair. Repair teaches children that relationships can heal after mistakes. Go back when calm. Kneel down. Say, I was too loud earlier. That was not the right way to speak. I'm sorry. Let's talk about what happened. This does not remove boundaries or excuse behavior. It models accountability. Children learn that strong people admit mistakes and make things right. In many ways, repair can teach more than never making an error at all. It shows humility, courage, and emotional maturity. Another important step is protecting your own energy. Parents yell more when depleted. Sleep loss, no breaks, constant noise, and lack of support erode patience. Self-care is not selfish in parenting. It is preventive maintenance. Even 10 quiet minutes, a short walk, asking for help, or reducing unrealistic standards can protect your nervous system. A regulated parent is more powerful than a perfect schedule. It also helps to notice your internal language. Many parents think, my child is disrespecting me on purpose, or they never listen, which intensifies anger. Replace these thoughts with more accurate ones. My child is struggling right now. They need guidance. This is hard, but temporary. Thought patterns shape tone. Tone shapes outcomes. Children also need positive attention, not only correction. When parents mostly notice problems, children may seek attention through worse behavior. Catch cooperation early. You came when I called. You shared kindly. You started homework without reminders. Thank you for helping. Specific praise reinforces the behavior you want repeated. Attention is powerful training. Family meetings can also reduce yelling. Once a week, discuss common struggles calmly when no one is upset. Talk about mornings, chores, sibling conflict, or screen time. Ask children for ideas. When children help create solutions, they feel ownership. Many problems shrink when addressed outside the heat of battle. Some moments still require firmness. Effective parenting is not passive. If a child is unsafe, aggressive, or destructive, step in immediately. Block hitting hands. Separate siblings. Remove dangerous objects. Use a strong, calm voice. I won't let you hit. We are stopping now. Firm does not need to be loud. Authority can be quiet and clear. Over time, children raised with calm consistency develop important life skills. They learn how to handle frustration without exploding. They learn boundaries can exist without fear. They learn mistakes lead to repair and growth. They learn respect is mutual. These lessons shape friendships, school success, future relationships, and emotional health. If yelling has been common in your home, do not lose hope. Families can change quickly when one adult begins responding differently. Children often test new boundaries at first because they expect the old pattern. Stay steady. Progress may look messy before it looks peaceful. Keep practicing. Choose one change this week. Maybe it is pausing before reacting. Maybe it is giving one clear instruction. Maybe it is apologizing after yelling. Maybe it is creating a bedtime routine. Small repeated changes create lasting transformation. Homes do not become calm through one dramatic moment. They become calm through daily leadership. You do not need to be a perfect parent to raise secure children. You need to be present, willing to learn, and consistent enough to create safety. Every time you choose guidance over shouting, you strengthen trust. Every calm boundary teaches more than anger ever could. Every repair shows love with maturity. Replacing yelling with effective parenting is not about becoming softer. It is about becoming stronger in the ways that matter most: steady, wise, clear, and emotionally grounded. That strength becomes the atmosphere your child grows inside. And from that atmosphere, confidence, respect, and character begin to bloom. If this message helped you see parenting in a new way, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with another parent who wants a calmer home and stronger connection with their child.